Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan. For today's practice, you'll need a blanket and 2 blocks. Let's go ahead and get started. Come to a comfortable seated position, cross-legged or kneeling. Really any position where the foundation is able to settle into the mat and the spine can lift up nice and tall. Once you've found that shape, close your eyes. Begin to follow the breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Not looking to improve or optimize anything here. Simply enough to notice the body, the sensation of your breath, maybe even your state of mind. It's here in this space that we acknowledge our starting point, our present state. Start to lengthen each inhale and exhale, allowing the breath to expand the torso and contract. Wave back and forth between filling up and emptying out. Start to settle into your rhythm of breath. It'll be this rhythm that we'll try to stay with as we flow. Connect your palms in prayer, pressing the thumbs towards the sternum. Let's start to the sound of a single Om. Inhale. Blink the eyes open, extend the legs forward, give them a little shake. Sit up nice and tall. This is your Dandasana, staff pose, squeezing the inner thighs together. Begin to roll the spine down towards the floor. You'll notice the heels slide a little bit here, but they don't lift. Take your time rolling down, really trying to find that eccentric release. Base of the skull taps the floor, take an inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the chin, peel all the way back up. Try not to lift the feet. The heels slide here, but they don't lift. Let's do that one more time. Rolling down, all the way down, one vertebra at a time until the base of the skull taps the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, tuck the chin, peel yourself back up. This concentric contraction of front side body slides you up into Dandasana, slightly modifying the shape. Connect the soles of the feet. It's a longer diamond shape here, butterfly legs. Press the soles of the feet to the midline. Begin to round the spine again. Again, the feet might slide a bit, but try not to let them lift. Keep pushing the feet together. You'll feel the hamstrings engage here slightly. And as you release all the way down, base of the skull taps the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, tuck the chin. Peel yourself all the way back up. It's a lot harder with the legs in this butterfly configuration. Press them together, sit tall. We'll do that one more time. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin, roll down one vertebra at a time. The feet slide maybe a little, but they don't lift. Come all the way down. Base of the skull taps the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, tuck the chin, peel yourself all the way back up. Push the feet together. And when you come all the way back up, close the legs like a book. You might give yourself a little squeeze for a moment. If you need to use your hands next to your bum and pop yourself up. Come to stand. If you don't need to use the hands, see how it feels to pull the heels in close to your bum. Reach the arms forward and stand all the way up. Reach up through your fingertips. Grow as tall as you can. On an exhale, you can swan dive all the way down. Come to your forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, extending the spine. Exhale to place the palms. Step your feet back. Let's come to our first plank position. Pushing the floor away, take an inhale. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Slide the left knee forward so the left knee is beside the left hip, the left ankle's behind the left knee. The inner thigh on that left side, push it down towards the mat. Feeling the left inner thigh lengthen here. If you have sensitive knees, you can always grab a blanket, some cushion, put that underneath the knee. It's a little bit tough on the knee if you're not used to putting your knees into hardwood or something solid underneath. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, slide that left leg back. Push into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peel up chest and chin, baby cobra, or towards full cobra if you have it. Tuck the elbows in, don't let them flare out. Draw the shoulder blades back together and pull your heart forward. Take one more inhale, either baby or full cobra. Exhale to release all the way down to the mat. Press into your palms, come all the way up to tabletop. Pause in your tabletop, get your bearings, palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. 3 cycles, cat and cow. Exhale, tuck and round the spine. Inhaling to lift and arch. Exhaling to tuck and round, push the floor away. Inhale, lift and arch, pull your heart forward. One more cycle. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift and arch. Come back to neutral, toes tuck, lift the sit bones up and back. Your first downward facing dog. And it might take some movement here, pedaling up the heels, noticing where you're holding on to some tension today. Not important for the heels to touch the floor. It's more about reaching your sit bones up as high as you can. Take a big breath in through the nose. And as you release that breath, carefully walk your feet all the way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, extending the spine. Exhale to fold. And rooting down into the feet, inhale, come all the way up, reach for the ceiling, grow tall. On the exhale, you can swan dive back down, fold all the way over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale, extending the spine. Exhale, place the palms, step the feet back, find your high plank. From that high plank, really push the floor away. Inhale. As you exhale, lower carefully all the way down to your belly. Slide the right knee out to the side. The knee is straight out beside the right hip, the right ankle behind the right knee. Right inner thigh pushes down towards the floor. So you feel some tug there, just like the first side. If you need to, go ahead and cushion that right knee. It's a half frog shape here. If you have really tight, exceptionally tight inner thighs, you'll notice it. If you're quite open, you may feel like nothing at all. Enjoy that. Take one more breath. Exhale, slide the right leg all the way back. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peel up chest and chin, baby cobra, or towards full cobra. Lead with the engagement of the spine. So the muscles rampant on the back, they really engage here and lift you up. Take one more inhale, pulling the heart forward. Exhale to lower all the way down. Press yourself up to tabletop, knees under the hips, palms under the shoulders. 3 cycles, cat and cow. Really working into the rounding of the spine, spinal flexion on the exhale. And on the inhale, working into spinal extension here. Pull the heart forward, lift your tailbone up. Exhale, tuck and rounds. Inhale, lift and arch. Let's do one more cycle. Exhale, tuck and rounds. Inhale, lift and arch. Come back through to neutral. Nice, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Sit bones lifting up as high as you can. Attempting to touch the ceiling with your bum. Nice. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Take your time. Begin to walk the feet to the top of the mats. Your hands might have to lift. The knees might have to bend. When you get there, halfway lift, extending. And exhale to fold. Big toes touch, knees hugging. As you inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, chair pose. Utkatasana. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, inhale, extending the spine. On the exhale, place the fingertips, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Lower the knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, come up, hands to the hips. And exhale, press the hips forward. Nice, sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, cactus with the arms. Kick down into the top of the right foot. Turn your face, forearms, and chest up towards the ceiling. Lengthening front side body, not just compressing back side. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, you can release the fingertips down towards the floor. Tuck the back toes, pick up the knee, extend both legs into pyramid. And if you need, grab yourself a pair of blocks. Take those blocks under the hands and extend the legs here so the spine can also reach really tall. Crown of the head pulls forward as your bum pulls back. Now for a few of us, if it feels better just to allow the spine to round slightly, and we get some spinal flexion in that shape, as well as that nice tug into the left hamstrings, that's totally fine. But if you do have a tendency to have quite a bit of low back discomfort or pain, sometimes you need a bit more strengthening in the low back, not just stretching. So consider how your body's feeling and make the decision according to that. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, bending into the left knee, plant the palms, step the left foot all the way back. Plank position. Knees can come down towards the floor if you need. Lean forward, lots of grip into the fingertips. Elbows bent to 90 degrees. Chaturanga. Back up to plank. Downward facing dog. Sit bones lift up. Inhale, take the left leg up. 3-leg dog. Exhale to bend the knee, snap the hip. Make the left knee the highest points. Using the outer left hip, lift that knee up a bit higher. Feel the left inner thigh get tugged. You get a bit of inner thigh stretch. On an exhale, left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, send that leg back up and open. We'll do that just one more time. Left knee, left elbow. Step the left foot outside the left hand. Right foot steps forward outside the right hand. And then come up, reaching the arms forward. It's a squat shape here. Hip the same height as the knee. Arms reaching forward for counterbalance. Kind of like an extra wide leg chair. Feel the legs work hard here. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, you can hinge and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. On the exhale, options to transition. Palms can plant. You can step or jump the feet back, go right to plank and hold. Strengthen here. If you'd like, you can plug the knees into the elbows, look forward, pull the heels up towards your bum. Take your crow. If you're holding plank, I still like you. If you're in your crow, try to shoot the legs back from chaturanga. Let's join our friends who are holding plank. Take a big breath. As you exhale, downward facing dog, nicely done. From your down dog, lower the knees down as wide as the mat. Untuck the toes, big toes touch. Hips sink to the heels. Find Balasana Child's Pose. In that Balasana Child's Pose, allow the body to settle. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Keep it comfortable and easy. Now one more cycle of breath. And as you sigh out that breath, walk your hands all the way back towards your knees. Bring the knees towards each other. Sit in a kneeling shape. Now, if you prefer to be in a different sitting shape here, you're totally welcome. You can sit on a block, sit on a blanket, make modifications as required. Otherwise, you're staying on the shins, reaching the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze shoulder blades together and drive that fist down away from the bum towards your toes. Lift the heart up here at the same time. So we get this sensation, not just of trying to interlace the fingers, but about squeezing the muscles between the shoulder blades and expanding the space across the heart. We get wider and wider across the chest, and we get a little bit more thoracic spine extension, upper back extension. So when we do our back bends, we're really trying to lead from the heart, not from the low back. Take one more big breath. Exhale to release the arms. You can roll the shoulders, check in with the neck. Shouldn't feel like we're straining the neck in an effort to interlace and squeeze the shoulders here. Shift forward, plant the palms, straighten one leg at a time, wiggling out the toes. And then when you feel ready, toes tucked, lift the sit bones up, downward facing dog. Lift out of those shoulders. Renewed space, left to right. Notice what's starting to shift for you. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale when you arrive. And exhale to fold. Big toes touch. Knees hug in as you inhale. Bend the knees. Reach the arms up. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Knees squeeze to the midline in this variation. Feet together. Take one big inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. On the exhale, fingertips find the floor. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Lower the knee down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, hands to the hips. Exhale to press those hips forward. Lengthening left hip flexors. Arms reach up. Inhale. Exhale, cactus with the arms. Kick down to the top of the left foot. Turn your face, forearms, and heart up towards the ceiling, lengthening front side body. Get rid of the compression in your low back. If you're getting that sensation, come out of the shape a little bit. Think more about lifting up through the chest. One more inhale. And on the exhale, you can release the fingertips down to the floor. Tuck the back toes, pick up the knee, extend both legs into pyramid. And notice here, if it feels good to be in spinal flexion, hips are level here, then stay with it. But if you're getting some strain, you need to work on strengthening. Often using blocks gives you just that extra little bit of height so you can pull the crown of the head forward and your hips back. The modification that you make might be unique to you, totally acceptable. Take the variation that works. Left to right, try to do the same thing, but if it feels good to do something slightly different on each side, that's okay. One more big inhale. Exhale to bend into the right knee, plant the palms, step the right foot all the way back. Knees down if you need, or keep them lifted this time. Leaning forward, elbows bent to 90 degrees, chaturanga. Back up to plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the right leg up, nice and high. Exhale, bend the knee, stab the hip. Make that right knee the highest point. Nice, try to lift it up a bit higher, feeling the inner thigh lengthen and the outer hip strengthen. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, touch. One more time. Inhale, send it up and open. Reach it up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Carefully step the right foot outside the right hand. Left foot steps forward outside the left hand. Arms reach forward. We're back in that squat shape. Hips about the same height as the knees. Feeling some strength here. Just because we're doing an all levels flow doesn't mean it's going to be easy. So drink water if you need. Take breaks when you need. One more big inhale. Exhale, hinge, and fold. Halfway lift. Options are transition. Exhale, place the palms, step or jump back to plank, where you're plugging the knees into the elbows. Look forward, lean forward, pull the heels up to your bum. Bakasana, crow pose. Grip into the index knuckle and thumb. Options are stay in your plank, or if you're in crow, shoot back from chaturanga. Let's join our friends in plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Lower the knees down as wide as the mat. Big toes touch. Shift the hips back. Child's pose. Balasana. In that Balasana shape, allowing a settling for a breath or two. Noticing what's starting to shift and change for you as we practice. Take one more cycle of breath. You can use the exhale. Carefully walk your hands all the way back towards your knees. Bring the knees towards each other to touch. Options here to stay in the kneeling shape with the toes untucked, or if you'd like to add a bit of a stretch to the soles of the feet, shift forward, tuck the toes, sit to the heels, stretching the soles of the feet. Reach your arms forward this time. Wrap the right arm under the left, reach towards shoulder blades. Pull the shoulder blades apart and the elbows forward. Little tuck to the chin and rounding of the upper back. Breathe into the upper back, expanding the space between the shoulder blades. One more breath. Come all the way back up. Flip that grip. Reaching the arms forward, this time left arm under the right, reaching towards shoulder blades. Pull the shoulder blades apart, elbows reach forward, tuck the chin slightly, round the spine a little bit. Breathing into the space between the shoulder blades, getting into some of that tension we tend to build up in the upper back. And then carefully coming all the way back up. You can shift forward, plant the palms, straighten one leg at a time, wiggling out the toes. Nice. Start to take that right foot forward towards the top of the mat. Turn the left foot towards the right edge of the mat. And as you come up, begin to take the right foot further forward, turning the toes towards the left edge of your mat, setting up for gate pose. So once we're all set up, We're nicely stacked, left hip over top of the left knee, right leg straight out to the side. You can keep the right hand gently pressing into the right thigh. Inhale, reach the left arm up. On the exhale, begin to lean over to the right, lengthening left side body, squeezing right side. Careful, don't put too much weight with the right hand down into the right leg. Just lightly walking down. If you're tempted to put a lot of weight there, maybe keep the hand on the hip. Feel the right inner thigh. If you're exceptionally tight here, you may notice the right inner thigh tugging and squeezing. Come all the way back up. Bring the left hand down to the floor, closer to the back of the mat. Reach the right arm straight back towards the back of the mat and lengthen right side body. Squeezing left side body a little bit here. If you're feeling a bit more frisky, you can even push down into the right foot. Start to lift that left knee up towards the chest. Squeezing here, making it a strengthening shape, not just a stretching shape. If the knee is lifted, stay for one more breath. And then put that knee back down to the floor. Use your core strength here. Push into the left fingertips. Squeeze right side body and come all the way up. Both arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Begin to turn back to the top of the mat. Sole the right foot to the floor. Left toes tuck. Keep nice and low. The right thigh stays pretty much parallel to the floor. Back toes tuck. Press the left heel back so the left knee lifts. We're in our runner's lunge here at the arms, reaching up. Real tall. Take an inhale. As you exhale, open up. Warrior two. Arms reaching apart. As you reach the fingertips apart, bring some attention to the space between your shoulder blades. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. So even as the arms reach apart, there isn't a rounding, a hunching. It's really tall, and there's a squeeze, an engagement between the shoulder blades. Inhale, turn the right palm to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Now, just like in our gate pose, in reverse warrior, if you're dumping the weight into that hand, get the weight out of the hand, maybe hand on the hip, or even the forearm pushing a little bit into the outer thigh. Feel the inner thigh if you're exceptionally tight. Notice it telling you a story. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, pull yourself back up, warrior two. Inhale to straighten the right leg. Exhale to reach the fingertips forward. When you can no longer reach the right fingertips forward, the hand comes down. It might come to the shin, the foot. You can even grab a block and take hand to block. And reach the left arm up, Trikonasana, triangle pose. If you want to make it really hard, or a little bit harder, you're reaching the right arm forward, the left arm forward, all your core stability here, right hamstring driving the foot down through the floor. So we're stable here. Take one more breath, and then use the exhale, push into the right foot, come all the way back up. We'll drop down into warrior two. Inhale, turn the right palm to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Big inhale into the right ribs. Exhale to cartwheel the arms down to the floor. Step back, take vinyasa. Chaturanga to up dog if you want it. If you've been holding your plank and going right to down dog every time, that's an excellent option as well. Give your heels a little pedal. Notice what's starting to shift and change in your practice. And then carefully lower the knees down. Find your tabletop. In that tabletop shape, 3 cycles cat and cow. You might take the hips and shoulders side to side. Really anything that helps you to reset the shoulders, the hips, and the length of the spine. When you feel like you've really reset everything, step that left foot forward. Turn the right foot in, so it's at the left edge, and come up. Wiggle the left foot a bit further forward, turning the toes in, so it's parallel with the front edge of the mat. We'll end up facing the right edge of the mat, facing the opposite direction. That right hip has ended up nicely underneath, over top of the right knee. Hands can be on the hips to start, just to level everything out. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And on the exhale, squeezing left side body, carefully walk that left hand down the left thigh into your gate pose. If you're really dumping a lot of weight into the leg, dangerous for the knee, so maybe just hand on the hip instead here. Less temptation. If you're exceptionally tight in the inner thigh, notice the left inner thigh receive a little bit of tug and stretch. Big breath in. As you exhale, pull yourself all the way up. Right hand comes down carefully to the floor near the back of the mat. Left arm shoots out towards the back of the mat here, lengthening left side body. There's a squeeze in right side, and if that's enough, stay here. You can also push really firmly into the left foot. Begin to lift that right knee up, driving the knee towards the chest, feeling the strengthening sensation in this shape. Oh, hello, left inner thigh. Take one more big breath if you're in the strengthening shape, and then carefully put that right knee back down to the floor. Use your core strength, pull yourself all the way back up. Very nice. Turning back towards the top of the mat. Back toes are tucked. The left thigh stays more or less parallel to the floor. Begin to push into the back foot. The heel presses back. We come up into runner's lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. High runner's lunge. Exhale, open up. Warrior two. Heart and hips turn to the right edge of the mat. Notice the right inner thigh lengthening, especially if you're exceptionally tight. As the arms reach apart in your warrior two, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So you can actually see it a bit better on this side when I demo it. Arms reaching apart, there isn't a hunching. Draw the shoulders down and squeeze them towards each other. A retraction of your shoulder blades. Inhale, turn the left palm to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Breathing into left ribs. If the hand is pushing a bit too hard into the leg, maybe you're taking the hand to the hip instead, or the forearm towards the outer thigh. A little less intense on that knee. Take one more breath. Exhale to pull yourself all the way up. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, reach the left fingertips forward. And when you can no longer reach the fingertips forward, hand comes down to the shin, the foot, the floor, maybe to a block. Find your triangle pose, Trikonasana. You might shoot the arms forward and rely on the stability of your torso and the strength of that left leg pushing down through the floor. Take one more inhale. You got it. Exhale, push into the left foot. Come all the way back up. Drop down into warrior two. Inhale, turn the left palm to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Breathing into left ribs. Use the exhale, cartwheel the arms down to the floor. Step back. Vinyasa. That's chaturanga up dog if you've got it. Right to downward facing dog if you need to. When you find your downward facing dog, pedal up the heels. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. Lower your knees down. Find your tabletop. Couple cycles of cat and cow. Abby might join us. Or any movement in shoulders and hips. Hi, Abby. Come here. Totally fine. Come say hi. You feel like you've reset everything. Let's bring the knees together. Untuck the toes. Slide the hands back. Finding a modified child's pose. Palms face up next to the feet. Oh, hi. Softening here. Breathing into the upper back, the mid back, and the low back. You got one more big inhale. Open your mouth side out. Carefully come up. You can sit off to one side. Extend the legs forward. Give it a little shake. Nice. Keep the blankets and the blocks nearby just in case you decide you want to use it. We'll do that one more time, our Dandasana transition. Sitting nice and tall, Dandasana. Inhale. On the exhale, tuck the chin, roll yourself all the way down, one vertebra at a time, until the base of the skull taps the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, peel yourself all the way back up. Heels slide, but they don't lift. Maybe noticing if you have a bit more control. Let's change the legs, soles of the feet together, long diamond shape. Push the feet together, the inner thighs and the hamstrings engage a little here. Start to roll yourself back down. The heels slide, the feet slide, but they don't lift. Once you fully release, big inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin, peel all the way back up. Don't let the feet lift. Try not to let it happen anyways. Coming all the way up. Close the legs, shake them out. Nice. Let's lie back down. Bend your knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor this time. Feet are parallel hip width. You can use a blanket or 1 or 2 blocks going underneath the sacrum for our last little stretch. Lift the hips up. Find your prop, block, or blankets. Place that underneath the sacrum. Lower the sacrum down onto the prop. If you're using something a bit more firm, whether it's a block or not, maybe it's a book or something, you want to add a bit of cushion, you could also use that harder prop and a blanket on top, adding a touch of cushion. Especially for those of us that when we lower down onto the prop, it feels like a lot of pressure into the SI joint, the back of the sacrum here on either side. Cushion it a bit, it might feel a bit better. Knees can stay bent, or see how it feels to step the feet to the top of the mat. Lie flat over your props. We are lengthening the front of the hips here, stretching the iliopsoas system, our hip flexors. Following the breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Allow it to be comfortable and easy. And if you're feeling like you'd like to stay here for a little longer, you're always welcome to stay as long as you need. If you need to drink water like Abby, feel free to drink some water. Carefully bend your knees if you're still in that shape. Lift up, remove the props off to the side. Lay the spine down. Windshield wiper the knees to the right and the left. Stepping the feet to the top of the mat, lie flat. Palms face up next to the hips. Allowing that transition from effort, moving into ease. Savasana. The muscles in your face, your neck, arms and legs, torso, accepting the support of the floor underneath you and gravity above you. Very little effort to be where you are. Stay here as long as you need. If you're coming back, bring the awareness back first. First, just noticing the body, the rhythm of your breath, your heartbeats, your state of mind. And as you start to reconnect everything, move your fingers, move your toes. Turn your head side to side. Inhale to straighten the arms, straighten the legs, give yourself a stretch. And exhale to soften. You can roll to one side and sit up. You can hug the knees into the chest and rock yourself up into a seated position. Sit cross-legged or kneeling. Allow the spine to stack up nice and tall. Close your eyes. And just as we began, we end. Nothing to optimize or improve here. Your practice is already complete. So are you. Notice what might have shifted in the body, in your breath, your state of mind. Let's take an inhale that expands the belly, the ribs, the collarbone, fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh out the breath. You can connect the palms in prayer. Thumbs rest into the sternum. Let's end to the sound of a single Om. Inhale. You can bow your heads. Thanks for being here to share this energy. Please take some with you off your mat. Share with everyone that you love. Namaste. I appreciate you being here and practicing. Thank you for all of your suggestions on our Instagram post. We really appreciate it. More videos are coming. Stay tuned. Until next time, thank you again.